Seeing Cooks, the other side.
Cooks, obviously he was a great part of this team for 3 years, and wish him the best of success. Although I'd rather him not go off in this game.
I know that you need a pretty big vocabulary to talk about how great Brady is, but
Yeah.
just I don't know how you put in one soundbite his career, what he's done, and how much he's meant to the league and that organization.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's stopping anytime soon. I don't know if there's a guy who is more diligent or disciplined in regards to his recovery and his preparation and his mindset, and one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, and certainly the championships will tell you the greatest. Got a ton of respect for him. Been playing against him since college, and have a lot of respect and admiration for him.
Do you look at it when people say Brady is playing at a high level at 40, Brees is 38? I mean, is it almost, you don't want to measure yourself against somebody, but do you kind of say, I can play as long as he can, I can achieve as long as he can at some point?
I'd say this. Listen, my approach is one game at a time, one season at a time. But you do set goals for yourself in the long term. Because I think that's just natural. You set short-term goals, you set long-term goals. If I can use we in a sentence with me and him, I'd say we probably both have the mindset that we want to change the norm for what is possible in regards to how long a guy can play and the level that they can play at. And listen, there's a lot that goes into that. You got to take great care of yourself. You have to have some good things happen around you, in order for that to happen. But I know for me, and I'm sure he can tell you the same for himself, is that you build a team around you of people that continue to help you be in the best position to succeed in regards to what you do for your diet and your rest habits and your recovery and your training and everything else.
Drew, what's a memory that stands out from you getting to appreciate him up close? I think you played each other 4 times. I know you had the game-ending TD drive once against you guys. Or is there anything that you practice or a game that stands out as one of your memories of him?
I'm going to go way back. So we played against each other in college in 1999 at Michigan. And that was at a point where the coaching staff there was having him share time with Drew Henson. Drew Henson was the highly touted freshman who, I think had already been drafted in the first round by the Yankees to be the heir apparent third baseman next to Jeter. Was coming in to play quarterback, and for me standing on the sideline across from him, to me it was obviously Brady's team, and yet he had to share time with this freshman, and yet, man, his approach and his discipline during that whole time. He played at such a high level, but he did just worried about what he controlled, And this was like mid-season. By the end of the season, I think they just flat out gave the starting job to Brady, and he played lights out. Lights out. They go to the Orange Bowl, beat Alabama in the Orange Bowl. But I think that probably shaped and molded a lot about him. A little bit of chip on his shoulder, which has obviously served him well, and just a mental discipline and a mental toughness that is unmatched.
I know you said he trash talked you a little bit about that game last year, or at least reminded you of it. What's another memory of that game? I mean, turns out to be sort of a classic in memory, considering the guys who were involved. That maybe people.
Talking about that '99 game?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't much of a game. They whooped us, but I don't know. That's our generation. So I know that's something I take pride in. Being part of that guy's generation, coming out of college, the Big Ten, playing in the Big Ten, playing against those teams that, really, I think, help prepare you, shape you, mold you for what it's going to be like at this level. That was an era of Big Ten football that was pretty darn good. So, yeah, I think I definitely look back on those times with good memories.
Drew, there's a